So I want to talk for a second here about something that I had the pleasure of doing yesterday. So my brother's in town, right? And I want to do something fun. You know what I mean? You want to show your brother a good San Diego time. You want to show off your city. And I'm sure everyone here, when family comes in, you got a couple restaurants you go to every time and things you do. So I'm like, all right, what can we do that'd be a fun thing? He's only here for a couple days. Let's do something real cool. So I remembered that one of our listeners, Bruce, owns a jet ski rental company on the bay, San Diego Bay, and he does tours. He leads these tours. So I was like, calling up Bruce. So we went jet skiing in San Diego Bay, the downtown bay, and got a tour of all the stops along the bay. We're just a few minutes in, and we're flying down the bay. We're going down to Point Loma. So it starts in Harbor Island, and then we're flying down to Point Loma, like Cabrillo. And I'm thinking, this might be the most fun thing I've ever done. And then I was going through all the things I've done in my life that were fun. And I concluded, yes, this is the most fun I've ever had in my life. This is the number one most fun thing I've ever done. And that was just 10 minutes in, and it only got better from there. It was awesome. So to back up my claim, what an incredible honor this is. Gentlemen, have you ever heard my brother on the radio before?
I've not.
This is fantastic.
I know you, brother. Big deal. Big time guy.
Absolutely. And here he is. Robert, how are you?
Oh, I feel like there's so much pressure on me right now.
Well, don't feel that way. All we got to do is talk about our awesome experience yesterday. What was the most fun part for you on the bay?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to call up and thank Bruce and Gail and the whole San Diego Bay Adventures team, because this was so much fun yesterday, and these guys were so awesome, and it was really, really nice for them to take us out. But this was I didn't know what to expect, and you said let's go do this, and I said sure. But this was so much fun. And these guys did such a great job, and they really do have a really cool business.
So it starts off right as soon as we leave the area, like the marina there. The first thing, I don't even think we started like going. We were just item. The first thing, Bruce stops and he's like, "Okay, this is where the Navy trains the dolphins." And there's 100 dolphins in these little pens here, and he went on this whole thing. And my brother and I were looking at each other, thinking, "Wait, like, are we allowed to be here?" It was right. Wasn't that the craziest thing, Rob? It was like right there.
And we went all over the whole city, and half the things we were doing, we probably shouldn't give them away because it ruins the surprise, but half the things we're doing, we couldn't believe that we're doing them. And we were at some point by the lighthouse, and there was a giant cargo ship right next to us, and there were the Red Bull planes doing their training runs, and there's military helicopters flying close to the water, and there's crazy birds. And you're looking up at the big cliffs, and you're splashing around on the jet skis, and it's like I thought my head was going to explode because there's so much going on. I'm like, I don't know where to look. This is unbelievable.
And then a seal pops up, and like a jets fly overhead.
Are swimming next to us, and it's like crazy stuff everywhere. And then you're ripping these jet skis in the harbor, going so fast and splashing, and it's so fun. And the best part about it is Bruce takes you around, and he shows you everywhere to go, and he's got all these amazing stories. And it really was awesome. I want to give away one of the secrets. So we're I think like the next stop after the dolphins, it's just a little bit up the bay. He stops, and we're kind of sitting there, and there's a seal over there, and we're just hanging out, and beautiful. And he goes, as you can see behind us, nuclear submarines. And we're like,
unbelievable.
We're like, oh yeah, look, and they're right there. And I'm like, Bruce, are you telling me the only thing that's separating us, and there are the three of us from that nuclear submarine, is this like fence right here? He's like, oh, also these patrol boats and probably 20 snipers that you can't see at the moment. But yes, like those are the only things protecting. It's like, wow, that is incredible. That's right there. And then the last thing we have time to chat about, I remember when we were first going out there, I was like, all right, well, you probably can't see that much of the bay. Because as Rob was saying, like the dull shipping containers are there, and the aircraft carriers are there, and the nuclear subs are there. Like, can we really go anywhere in the bay? So then we go all the way to the end underneath the Coronado Bridge, and Bruce is leading the way, and he starts slaloming, doing the slalom back and forth between the bridge supports or whatever, right? And we're underneath the Coronado Bridge, just just going around, whatever. That was the coolest thing, like, Rob, to see the angle and the perspective of that bridge, right?
Yeah, being on the water, looking up at the city, checking everything out from that perspective is super interesting. I mean, anyone who comes to San Diego to visit and get an introduction to the city like that, it completely changes your whole orientation. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah. And then we went to last night. We went to go see the sexiest boat in San Diego. Miles, you know what I'm talking about.
Gosh, so good looking.
It's not there.
It's not there. It's gone. Bruce said I went out yesterday and it left. It left yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
I thought that thing actually didn't run. I thought it just sat there for show.
just for people to look at it.
Yeah, I
and
had to
lust
move
over
it. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Let us know where.